with an estimated audience of comfortably over 500 million people. But arguably, the most important ones are the ones who'll be playing it, not watching it. And this is the scene inside the tunnel at the Estadio Bernabeu. We saw a few little shots of some of the players embracing, high fives, a few hugs. Was it always that friendly, Thierry?
And then after, during the game, and after the game, obviously not so much. But that's something that I always say. I never personally understood why it is what it is. But you play with each other in the national team. Why are you not going to say hi? And then if I have to do something on the field, if I have to kill you in bracket when I say you do it because you play for Barcelona or you play for Real Madrid, but you know that's a normal thing in Spain. People will kiss, hi, how are you? But then when the ref blows the whistle, it's another story.
Just briefly, Guillaume, in terms of the political context of today's game, it's not a political programme we're doing here, but given the Catalan regional elections, what would be the symbolic significance, if any, of a Barcelona victory?
The elections were 2 days ago. Obviously, people are still trying to mold exactly what happened and what it means. But remember that fans don't travel away. It must be about maybe 300, 400 Barcelona fans, so they won't be heard. But certainly Real Madrid and the Real Madrid fans, they've shown that they want to, every time they're meeting a Catalan team, they want to make very clear the position. So the stands will just make a stand for the Spanish nationalism. And I think, even though there's not a very political camp this squad of Barcelona, there's one or two there that will really appreciate that victory, not just for the 3 points.
How important do you think the atmosphere is going to be today? How much of a role, how much of a 12th man for Real Madrid can the Bernabeu be?
I think, you know, it is going to be what it's going to be, but I don't think at that moment, the players that you have on that field and the magnitude of the game, you almost don't hear the stadium anymore. It's what's happening on the field, 11v11, plus the bench, which we believe that the one of Real Madrid is stronger than the one of Barcelona, but you don't really think about that when you're there.
OK, so this is the Real Madrid starting lineup. And this is the one change from the side that started the Club World Cup final win over Gremio in Abu Dhabi, which is a significant one. And there he is in the centre. Mateo Kovacic comes in for Isco, who is on the bench, along with Gareth Bale. Just very, very briefly, what about the contribution from the bench? Guillaume?
Well, the names. Isco, Lucas Vázquez, Asensio, Bale. Those are the forwards. And in a minute, we'll compare them to the forwards. Barcelona, but can you see any?
No, well, this is it. There's no doubt about it. We'll come back to that in a moment. Let's just quickly mention Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez. He's never officiated a Real Madrid defeat, taking charge of 9 games with them involved, won 7 and drawn 2. He also did the Supercopa second leg, which Madrid won 2-0, and he sent Mateo Kovacic off against Valencia. This is Barcelona then. So the one change for them from the side that started the 4-0 win at home to Deportivo last weekend is the introduction of Sergio Busquets for Paco Alcácer, who is out injured. And then, obviously, you're going to have Messi and Suarez up front. Guillaume, can you hear the atmosphere?
That's not normal. They put the volume down and allow people to shout. They're normally much quieter than this. They're very up for it, of course, the fans.
By the way, 173 Clásico appearances each for Real Madrid and Barcelona. And transfer fees for the two sides combined, the starting 11s totalling almost £400 million. Wow. Of course, we've got to have a little bit of pre-match atmosphere, and that is the 6th Club World Cup that Real Madrid have one. And Sergio Ramos doing the honours. They tend to do this. Ronaldo celebrated his Ballon d'Or in front of the Bernabeu, and so Ramos doing the same with the
Yeah, and there is no guards from Barcelona to celebrate that, so it was just a reminder who is the world champion.
What a coincidence.
Let's not talk about Pasillos with Thierry. He's already had to go through that pain before in a Barcelona shirt. So this is it. We are all set for the first La Liga Clásico of this 2017-18 season. So let's hand you to your commentary team. It's a happy birthday to Terry Gibson and a happy Clásico day to Rob Palmer.
And Feliz Navidad to everybody else as well. Make no plans for the next couple of hours. Forget your Christmas shopping. Put the phone on silent. Take a seat, take a pew,